Stifler in the chat, he was asking everyone to rate their looks on a scale of 1 to 10. So rate your looks on a scale of 1 to 10, starting with you. Go ahead.
I don't like rating looks. Sorry, I know that's a stupid question, but it's kind of like everyone has their own viewpoints on beauty and everything. Mm-hmm. So 0 scales.
What's your
scaling me?
Yeah. What's your own assessment of your own physical appearance?
Did my answer not make sense?
I'm rejecting your answer because that's right, I gave you leeway.
10.
Say it into the mic.
10.
Depends on the days. Some days I feel like a 1, and other days I'll feel like a 10.
Hold on.
Truth Bomb donated $100. Oh my. I have lost brain cells listening to this emo chick speak. I bet her IQ is max 75. Proof that stupid people go to college and learn nothing and think they are actually smart.
I agree.
She agrees with you, Truth Bomb.
I agree.
She agrees her IQ is room temperature.
No, I agree with the last part, not the IQ part. I agree with the last part.
Okay, well, that seemed like you agreed in the totality of the statement. So you're saying, if you had to just give it one number, though, how you look, not how you feel, because you're saying some days I feel this, just your own self-assessment of your looks, 1 to 10.
7.
7, okay.
10 still. Same as last time.
Still, okay.
I mean, I don't know. I have never thought about it. I don't really know what I look like.
She's a 10.
You know, there's mirrors.
But, like, it didn't give me, like, a number. I just feel like it's really subjective. It's kind of a lose-lose answer.
Photographs.
If you say lower, you're kind of, like, fucking yourself over. You say higher, then, like, people are like, oh, she's not a 10 or she's not this. I'll say 10. I'm a 10.
Yeah, she's a 10.
Good job.
What about you?
I'll say I'm a 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
W.
I'm like a 7.
All right.
No, you're a 10.
What about you?
A 6.
You're a 10.
I'd say I'm an 8.
10.
Like a 7.
10.
Well, oh, right. I give myself a 5.
You're a 10.
Did that go down again?
No, I think I said 5 when you were on.
Was it? I thought you said 6.
I might have. I gained some weight,
dad
though.
bod?
Yeah, I gained some weight, so I give myself a 5.
Like,
You're
what about the
still
people
a
that like,
10.
love dad bods?
Yeah,
They might have a higher
Like, I like dad bods.
Cool. Cool. But, okay, so 10, 10, 10, 10.
He just rigged you.
She said 7. I said 7.
No, 10, 10,
Yeah.
10, 10. I'm not going to rate you guys, but
No.
you guys are not 10s. No offense.
That's fair for you to say.
That's a crazy thing to say.
That's
Why,
your
wait,
opinion.
why is that? Who said that?
I think it was me.
You think that's a crazy thing to say?
I think it's a crazy thing to say.
For me to disagree that you're a 10 out of 10 in terms of your physical appearance?
I mean, you might be right in your head. I just think it's a crazy thing to say.
But why would that be a crazy
I
thing
wouldn't
to
say
say?
it about you.
That's why it's a
Or
stupid
anyone.
question to start with.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
what
a
I
stupid
was
question.
saying.
Stupid
It's
answer.
not a stupid
It's
question.
was.
It's a
conversation.
stupid
It's not a
question.
stupid conversation, but why is it a crazy thing to say, though?
I mean, it's rude.
How's
to
it?
start off
It's
with.
rude to say that you're not.
Well, you made
to-
us
to-
answer. and
But
then
no,
you're
how's
like,
it?
you're less.
But how's it
That's why I
rude?
said it's a lose-lose.
How is it rude for me to say that? I'm not giving you a rating. I'm not saying you're a 1.
I'm just less than what I said I am.
Yes.
How I see myself.
How's it rude for me
which
to
means
say
I'm
that
wrong
you're
about how I
not
see
essentially?
myself. That's
How's
his
it rude
opinion.
for me to like essentially
okay,
say
yeah.
you're not on par with the most beautiful women in the world? Do you think that?
No, but I
Well, then how can you possibly be a 10 if you're not on par with the most
just
beautiful
think I'm
women in the
saying just
world?
the whole thing is silly.
Why?
I just don't think it matters either.
Can I?
Let me ask you a question. Do you? How tall are you?
5'2".
Would you date a guy who's shorter than you?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I wouldn't
Would you
look for it.
prefer
Yeah,
to
I'd
date a
prefer
guy
it.
who's tall? Why is that? Close.
The Bronasons donated $100. Natalie 6.8, Raven Hair 7, Used Baggage 3, Mamasan 2, Obese Blonde 2, Bimbo 4, A Cup Bimbo 3, Deep Voice Sigid 4, Goth Thartard who is the reason suffrage was a mistake, a hard one for being brainless.
W brainless.
W brainless.
Okay.
I don't know.
Wait, so you said you'd prefer to date a guy who's tall?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you are making to
He
some
might
degree.
be a 10. It might be shorter than me. The whole rating thing, I just don't agree with. I don't think.
Does
we're gonna
anybody
come to
agree
a
with her
conclusion.
that you disagree with the rating thing? You think it's wrong
I disagree
think it's
with
just-
it.
to
I think it's
judge
silly.
people,
It's silly.
to rate
Silly.
people on their physical appearance?
Yeah, because you're
I haven't
putting.
done that since like middle school.
Hold on, we'll go around the table on this. Is it wrong to rate
Yes,
rate people on their
you're
physical
putting-
appearance?
You're putting a category of women of 1 to 10, and everyone has different like opinions.
So
on
it's wrong.
What's
So it's
beautiful.
wrong.
Yes, it's wrong.
Is it wrong?
Maybe in your head it's not wrong, but to
No, 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 no,
someone's
no, no.
face.
Wait, what do you mean?
In
No,
your
is
he-
it wrong in general?
No.
It's wrong to say to some. Okay, all right.
No, I'm saying it's not wrong.
Yeah, what's the
Oh.
actual question? Because now I'm confused.
Yeah,
No, is it wrong
To
to
Rate, like,
rate
ask for
yourself
rate.
or rate people?
No, I said it's not wrong.
no.
You said it was wrong, right?
I'm saying it's wrong to make us rate ourselves and make us give you an answer and then tell us
Yes.
we're wrong about how we see ourselves because we can't be wrong about how we see ourselves. If that makes
that's
it makes
how
You
sense.
could. You
You're-
could.
You're right about how you see
You
me.
could be delusional, and if somebody corrects you and says, "Well, that's
Right, but
actually
it's
not
your
the case."
opinion though. Like that's your opinion. That
Do you think there's
that we're-
some degree of objectivity when it comes to beauty?
Yeah.
Like
But
for
it's not
example,
like a number.
There's
Like to me,
different-
right? Yes, some people will rate you differently than others, but I mean, can we all agree that we could take two people, and let's say one is like a model and the other is a basement dwelling obese person.
A lot of models are funky looking.
Okay, whatever. You know what I mean.
argument.
You know what I mean.
I'm just saying.
Let's compare. Okay, I'm trying to think of a guy who's like exceptionally attractive. Timothy Chalamet.
I was just about
you guys
to say,
think Timothy
I don't
Chalamet,
find Timothy
you
Chalamet
don't.
attractive.
You
No,
don't.
I do
Okay.
not.
No, but Dune 2, the way he stepped it
Oh.
up a little bit. The
What
first
the
one I was like,
fuck?
second
I
one I
was
was
going
like,
to say that
Kylie,
he's-
baby, I get it.
He's a very conventionally
Wait,
attractive
so-
man, and I
Okay.
don't find.
So is it wrong to judge people based off of their physical appearance? I guess that's
No.
the question.
It's
I don't
not
think that
wrong.
was what I
Everyone
was
does it
talking about.
naturally.
That's what I.
That's
yeah,
not what I was saying.
But like your objection to this question, so
I judge people.
right, I'm sure you make certain distinctions in terms of who you'd want to date based off their physical appearance, correct? Like you'll just date anybody, doesn't care in terms of their physical appearance. You have
didn't
no
say that.
preferences.
I didn't say that at all.
Okay, so you could, for example, like if there were 100 guys, if you were doing this as an assessment, would you not be able to like rank order them from like most attractive to least attractive? Do you think you'd be able to do that?
For me, it's hard. I'm very much a personality person, and that
Okay,
has
but
a
if
lot
you
to do with it.
are you
I
on a
don't-
dating app?
Yeah, and it's really hard.
What's the determination when you swipe on somebody? Is it their personality
Maybe
or how they
said
look?
something funny, or they said something funny to what I said.
I don't think they can say something before unless you're looking
When
at
you
their
like
bio.
read their like bios and
Do
stuff.
you
though.
read their bios when you're swiping on guys on dating apps? Really?
Absolutely.
100%.
I mean, most of these
Every
dating,
time.
it depends what dating app, but if you're like Tinder, most people are not like going into the bio. Maybe Hinge, you're like doing a little more, but.
I think that's what we're saying.
So you're
Mostly
saying
on
if
Hinge.
we had 100 guys of varying, who looked differently, you wouldn't be able to rank order them in terms of like most attractive to least?
I think that'd be hard. I think I could pick a few out and be like, oh, they're cute. But like, I feel like comparing people is just weird.
Yeah.
For me, that's how I feel. Everyone else can just.
So you
I don't know where
so-
your
I agree.
argument
I don't
is
really know
going because,
either.
like, if we did that, every single one of us would probably rank them differently.
Right.
Like, the whole
Yeah.
point is that
I
it's
would actually
subjective.
argue that there might be differences, but you would actually probably, if this is like a mixed bag of people in terms of their
100
looks.
people.
No, I'm not saying you would all rank them the exact same, but there could be, you might start
Sure, yeah.
seeing patterns in terms of how you would end up ranking them. But so it's just, you take such an objection to this 1 to 10 scale, but women care a whole lot about literal numerical measurements. Let's talk height. Women care deeply about a man's height. That's literally a numerical measurement.
Didn't we all pick the second option for that question, though?
Yeah.
I picked the first.
Yeah, but it was like, this guy's terrible, but he's physically attractive.
Right.
I don't-
So that
was that
kind of
what it
goes
said?
against exactly what you just said.
How?
Because you're saying physical traits outweigh the person.
No, that's not what I said.
saying, like, it's
I said
really
women
important.
care. No, I
They
said
do
women care
Yeah,
about physical
for sure.
appearance.
But, like, there's other things that outweigh.
Not
Yes,
all
I
women
agree.
care,
There are
though.
other things that are important besides physical appearance. But don't sit here and tell me that you girls don't care at all about physical appearance. That would be ridiculous and
I
absurd.
don't think anyone
Did
said
someone say
I
that.
don't think anyone said that.
Okay.
I think he's schizo.
But you think I'm
Okay.
schizo. Thank you for your contribution to the whatever podcast. That was great. That was great. I would suspect most of you here do prefer men who are tall. That's literally a numerical measurement.
Not too tall though.
Okay, all right, fine. You don't want to date a guy who's 7 feet. I get it.
11 feet tall.
But when it comes to physical appearance, you guys make all kinds of us. Actually, you know what, Nick? Pull up the
I mean,
the,
don't we
the
both though? Don't
TikToks.
men and women both
Yes,
do that?
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, Nick. Pull up the TikToks.
What?
What TikToks?
Nick, go ahead, play it.
Didn't you show this last time?
Bro, don't even
He's
got
recycling.
updated TikTok.
Do you guys think this is like, you feel like misled?
That's catfishing.
Would you feel, play it one more time really quick just so they see the beginning? Would you feel misled?
I disagree.
No,
It's like the
he's
same
happy. He
concept
looks
as like
he's
hair
happy.
extensions and makesmakeup.
Yeah.
I had
Would you feel misled?
no.
No.
Really?
He
I
genuinely.
had 24-inch
girls are
extensions
cat.
before I chopped my hair off. Like it's the same concept.
You wouldn't feel misled a little bit?
Not necessarily if it's gonna stay that way. He's gonna keep it. If he's gonna upkeep
Oh, so
it,
he has
no.
to keep it that way.
If he keeps it that
Okay.
way, yeah.
What about you?
I don't really get the question if I'm gonna feel tricked.
Would
like
you
I'm
would
like,
you
"Oh,
feel like
got me."
a bit misled because of that?
Not really. I mean, if I compare it to all the things we do, I don't know. To me, it didn't seem like a huge difference.
Yeah.
Personally, I was. not
Anybody
more
would
or
feel a
less
bit
attracted.
misled?
Oh, 100%.
So you're telling me that none of the girls here have a preference for men with a full head of hair? You're just fine with men who are balding?
Bald
That
guys
would
It all
that would
depends.
not be part
There's
of
so
your
many more
I
calculus?
like a full head of hair.
What's
I
that?
like hair.
I'd like hair. I'd like a full head
Thank
of
you
hair.
for
Some
being
guys look
honest.
good bald.
I'm not being honest. I don't.
But it's like okay, what?
I said some guys look good bald.
Some guys do.
Right,
It's
but
all
you don't
the
have a
matter with
preference. You don't have a preference for guys who have a full head of hair?
If I liked that dude and I was dating him and he's like, I'm balding, would that change anything?
That's happened to me before, where my ex.
Nick, play the other one. Play the other one. All right, go ahead. Oh, there he is. Okay,
I
bald
think he's kind
is.
of hot. I'm not gonna lie.
I kind
So
of
he's got like a
beginning.
toupee,
He
basically.
looks like he's insecure.
He's got a toupee.
Like you can
So,
tell on his face.
I mean, would you guys not feel?
If he was, if like I saw him with no hair, I would date him.
I think that's so shallow though. Like for real, I do. I think because like hair does not define you as a person. If you
Yeah.
like that person, like
But are you denying that people just totally disregard physical appearance when making an assessment of who they want to date?
no, I never said that. But you're saying like, do you feel betrayed or whatever the word you use? What's the word you use?
Bamboozled.
Misled.
Misled? Like, who cares? It's fucking hair.
I like that word.
You wouldn't feel okay. What about if do you have a height preference at all, or don't care?
I mean, I don't really care. I've always just naturally dated taller people because I was always around taller people.
How tall are you?
5'6".
5'6". But you don't care about height. But conveniently, all the men you've ultimately ended up dating happen to be tall. It's funny because when we talk about height, women say I don't care, but then you ask them, well, what's the height of all the men you've dated? Conveniently, they all end up being like 6 feet.
Well, I
don't know.
mean,
That's
I
not
would
true.
say if I could say something, I will say I do like a taller man because I am taller. But the two boyfriends that I did have were my height.
Okay. I'm not saying that women never date men who are shorter or whatever. I'm not saying that. But generally speaking, like, are we going to sit here and deny that women don't prefer tall men?
I think some women do
Not
and
all
some
women.
women
Most
don't.
women
I mean-
prefer tall men.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that, but I'm 6 foot and I've been in 4 relationships and 3 of those men were shorter than me. They were 5'10" and I'm 6 foot, and that was okay. That didn't bother me.
Well, I
still
think
wore
I don't think it
that's-
would bother me either.
I think
just
that's
think
more of a symptom of you being in the like 1 percentile of women's height, and it's going to be harder for you to find men who are taller than you.
I mean, my last boyfriend was 6'4", and
Oh, well, okay.
These
But
are-
the other 2 guys were 5'10".
yeah.
Which is the average male height. So,
we're talking a lot about physical. Like, what about mentality? Like,
What about their
energy,
childhood?
Here,
like
So-
connecting with them.
This whole objection to the 1 to 10 scale, it's just, I find it interesting because we all make judgment calls about the people that we're going to date. And you can deny it, and you can say, well, I don't care about looks at all. But I mean, that's cap.
I mean, no one said that. I
Men
don't
care
think
about
anybody
looks,
said
women
that.
care about looks. But this objection to like the rating thing is a bit boggling to me.
Yeah.
I think the question's just stupid because it's subjective.
It's
Like,
not
you're asking-
subjective.
You're asking me
is.
what I rate myself. I'm
Okay, so if I showed you, I'm trying to think, if I showed you a picture of Brad Pitt when he's young, and then a picture of Donald Trump now, and I asked all the women in the United States to, who do you think is more physically attractive? You don't think there would be any objective basis? Like, you don't think that comparing Brad Pitt in his youth to Donald Trump now, how he looks now, you think that it's going to be 50-50?
no one ever said that.
But do you think it would be 50-50?
I didn't say
So
that.
we are able to make some degree of assessment about somebody's physical attractiveness, are we not?
Sure.